Okay guys, so continuing with our demo on Tableau. I'm still using the same sample superstore data source, new sheet. So what are we going to do in this? I'm going to teach you how to combine two charts together. And what do I mean by that? Let's say I want to show multiple information on the same axis, if possible. Uh, so show different information on the same axis. What do I mean by that? Like for example, right now I'm showing profit here by per state. What if I want to show both profit and sale, which I cannot do right now? I cannot show two different kind of things there. Either I'm showing profit by state or sales by state. But what if I want to do both together? And you can achieve that by something called dual charts, dual sheets, or having some option called dual axis. So my goal here is right now in this chart, I want to show sales as well as profit for each state. So let's get started. Longitude, latitude, got the world map, put the state in detail. So now we got the map of United States. And remember, I want to show sales and profit. So let's make two maps first. How do we do that? I can simply click on longitude, which brings it there, which is not correct. Like that, you can do that. Or you can press the control key on your keyboard. I'm pressing control key, drag the green pill and put it there. So either of those two options. So right now I have those two charts, and this is simply a representation of state. It's not a value, it's not a measure, it's just name of the state. So I've got two charts, and now I'm going to put sales as color, so it goes on both, that's okay, and profit as size. So I want to show sales as a color, profit as a size, something on it. So it looks like it's not working right now. They both are showing profit. So let's go and fix it. On the first one, I'm going to say make it a shape. So that is showing your profit. And the first one, I'm going to say fill map. So that is your sales. Now I want to combine these two charts together. This is showing me sales, and this size is showing me colors. This circle is showing me the profit. And it doesn't have to be circle. It could be a square or whatever you want it to be, which is appropriate. Let's combine these two charts together. And how do you do that? Click on dual axis. And that combines those together. Square. That's that. Let's change its color a little bit. Oops. Why is the color not changing? I want to change the color, but you got the idea. So the top color scheme, this color scheme is showing us the sales of that state, and then the size of each of those box is showing us the profit in that sale. And how did we achieve that? By combining two charts together. Let me show you one more example of doing that. I have product category, and I want to show sales as well as profit, right? It does that for you. So I'm going to say I don't want to see sales as bar chart. Make it as a line, and this is fine. By default it came up like those. And then dual axis, combine those two charts together. So now I can see, let me make them a little bit big. Furniture, my profit, and again this changed a little bit. Let's go fix that. Mark type, not a circle, I want it to be a bar, and that is your that is your profit shown on it. Now again, if you look at your profit is on a different axis than your sale, and we want to make sure the axes are same. So I'm going to go and say synchronize axes, and now the axes are similar, starting from 0 all the way to 100,000. And of course the profit is quite less and compared to sales, so we can see that. So again, we are combining two different charts. One chart was for sales, one was for profit. Now there are some very cool charts being made which does use this function of combining two charts together, and one of those popular ones is called a lollipop chart. Yes, you heard me correctly. It's called a lollipop chart, which looks something like this. Oops. So you have your line, and at the end of it, it is represented like that. And one of the reasons we have a lollipop chart is, like for example, the reason lollipop chart makes sense is if you look at this chart, it's somewhat difficult to see the comparison. Where does one line ends and the other line start? It's a little bit confusing. But if the same chart is represented like a lollipop with a dot in the end, which symbolizes the end of that that line, it has much more value. It makes it much more visible, much more easy to differentiate between two lines there, representation of data. So let's make lollipop chart. I'm going to get something, a continuation of that. Category of product, I'm going to put them on, oops, where did it go? On rows, then subcategory. So I'm creating this chart in this horizontal fashion. If you want it in vertical, you could go this way, so it doesn't matter. You can make it either way. And then I am going to put sales there. Okay. So that's the chart I am trying to duplicate. I'm going to make two charts and combine them together so that I can have a lollipop chart, which would look something like this, which I'm trying to make. Okay. So I can see the sales. I'm going to click on the control key and drag the green sample out and put it right there. So I got two charts now. They both are showing me the same value, sum. I just want to add a circle in the end to differentiate that. And I'm sure by looking at this chart, you would have understood what I'm going to do. In this one, I'm going to say, end it with a circle like those. And this one is fine. And now dual axis, and by dual axis it make this is still a circle, and it made this also a circle, which I'm going to change and make it to a bar. Okay, so half of our job done. You have the axis on the top, axis on the bottom, one coming from the chart on the right and one coming from the left. We don't want two axes. I want to, because they are same values, and I want them to be synchronized. Perfect, they're synchronized. Then I don't want to see them, okay, because both of them are synchronized, so I've just made them hidden. Okay, the first one is that, selected that, and reduce the size. Okay, good. Second one, increase the size a little bit, and if you want, you can even change the color of it like that. Let's select some bluish. Okay, and that is your lollipop chart. If you want, you can even add it on label if you want to show it like that, and again reduce. Okay, just an example of a lollipop chart, which is pretty recently has become popular and being quite used. Combination of two kinds of chart together. Just to differentiate upon different categories of charts. Okay, so this session I will end with just these three Vis.